Hi Leo, how are we today? I'm just doing our weekly readings, and this week we're actually looking a few months ahead and doing 3 monthly career and finances readings. Okay, so please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I do really appreciate your support. Just a small channel, as you can tell. So every single, like, comment, and subscribe really does mean a lot to me. This week we are using the Soul's Journey lesson cards, getting an overview for the 3 months with those. I do have the Magpie Lenormand for career, as well as the Dreaming Lenormand for finances. So doing a bit of an in-depth look at the 3 months, and we'll see what's sort of coming out for everybody. All right, so getting into it, Leo. Career and finances for Leo, January, February, March. January, we have surrender. Okay, I can release my need to control. So January, there is a need for you to allow somebody else to take the wheel during January. Someone else taking a little bit more control. You not needing to control every little bit, every little you know cent and dollar. Okay, as well, I do feel for some of you there may be the need to release a little bit of control over career and financial aspects for yourself. But we'll have a look firstly at career, see what's coming out. Career for January for our Leos, please. Okay, and finances for Leo during January. Finances for Leo during January. All right, so I am seeing something very interesting here. For a career reading, it doesn't feel very career. We do have the heart coming out with the ring, as well as the house. Okay, so we do see the career focus being not so much heightened here, so maybe surrendering the need to control all aspects of your life, and sort of letting go with your career a little bit to focus on other aspects of your life. For some of you, we may be definitely focusing on love relationships, especially those love relationships with people that you may live with, whether this be family members or a partner, those sorts of things. There definitely does look to be that that is actually the highlight for your career at this time. So I am just sort of getting that for some of you Leos, you may be stay-at-home parents, and that's what's reading as your career at the moment here. But we do also feel that even in the work sense, it's really focusing on the parts of the job that you love, the strong relationships with the people that you have, whether that be people that you work with, or clientele, all that sort of stuff. Really focusing on those relationships and building those relationships strong within your career field. Also, with the house there, the house is all about stability and security. So I do kind of just get this vibe that you maybe just need some reassurance to know that, yep, everything is pretty safe and secure, tucked in nice and snug with your career at the moment. Everything seems to be pretty stable. No big changes during January. It's just a matter of focusing on the things about the job you love, the strong relationships that you might have with people in that career. That your relationship with your career itself definitely could be heightened there as well. The finding those things that you do love about your career, and that sort of stuff as well. Surrendering the control a little bit to I can just be, I can just do do this. And, I feel like a lot of you have been like, you can do this job with your eyes closed. And, you've got this level of safety and security, knowing that you know what to do, you know how to do it, and you know how to do it well. So it's coming through pretty stable for you during January career-wise. With your finances, we do see the flowers first and foremost, which is it's a reciprocal giving kind of energy. So it's giving time, love, and energy. Maybe even giving money. But also receiving that as well. So once again, I do feel as though this is talking about that need to control it doesn't need to be you doing all the work, Leo. That you can give it a rest. You can give the reins to somebody else within the household to take care of the finances for a little peace of mind, peace of time here. It's that giving and receiving, giving this person as much control as you are having as well. So I do feel that for a couple of you, it is in regard to, giving up control a little bit of your finances. Even if you live totally by yourself, you may be needing to give control of your finances, to your accountant to get the books all sorted out and all that sort of stuff. So you may be sort of needing to release a little bit of control in that sense as well, regardless of what your financial situation is and who you share that with, and whether that be nobody or a partner or family members, that sort of stuff as well. We do see the fox energy. So the fox energy is pretty good when it comes to finances, because it really does show us that you're looking at things quite independently, taking care of business, doing what needs to be done, buying the things that need to be bought and not buying the things that don't need to be bought. It's sort of a very clever way of dealing with money, the fox energy. It's focusing on survival rather than wants. So it is actually a very good financial card to see, that fox, especially with that bouquet as well. So you're giving your finances a lot of thought about, what do I need to actually survive, what's play money, that sort of stuff. Really, really focusing on that and building a really good structure. We do have the tower there as well. So it does feel like you're building some really good foundations with the way that you're dealing with money and the way that you are, focusing on the survival aspect of an independence, how to be financially independent. And you are building some really good foundations for yourself with the way that you are dealing with money during January. I feel like you're giving it your best shot, and your best shot is paying off for you here. Regardless of, like I said, for some of you, you may need to surrender a bit of control here in order to really set that foundation strong. Having a second set of eyes checking over your finances is always a good thing to really make you aware of what you do need to survive, and where you can actually, stop spending that and maybe spend a bit more here, to set those foundations really strong. For some of you, this is actually talking about, setting a foundation too of, like I'm just getting this vibe of, that's why we're seeing that surrender card. Is for someone here, you're surrendering a portion of your income to like stocks or investments. And once you invest and put your money in stocks, you have no control over what happens with that stock. You're doing it very smartly, though, with that fox energy there. You are thinking it through very clearly, doing what needs to be done, and you are setting that foundation strong. So the way that you're learning about how to do this and the way that you are doing this in January, it is actually setting a very strong foundation for you financially. So I wouldn't worry so much about that. I am just getting this vibe of you, a little bit nervous about whatever that is for you there. We do have in February patience. Okay, so that does come through quite often alongside that surrender type of energy. That when you release control, then you actually have to sit back and allow that, allow other forces to take control. So whether those other forces be other people or the universe, it's kind of like, here, Jesus, take the wheel, and then you sit there and you're like, you got this, Jesus. Do you want me to take back over? I'm kind of getting that vibe here a little bit, Leo, because I myself am very much like that. I am a Capricorn, Leo rising as well, but I do really like to control things. And I'm the sort of person that I would hand off control, and then 2 seconds later I'll be like, can I just like fix this? Can I just like, and I would try to like still control it even while it's in somebody else's hands. I really am that sort of person. So patience does come along with that as well. I accept that everything happens in divine order. All right, so there's a need for you to sort of just patiently, I feel, you're in a pretty stable energy work-wise for January, and financially the foundations are being laid for you. And it's just a matter of, February seems to be a matter of just sort of chilling, sitting back and seeing what comes from that. But we'll delve into that a little bit more here. Okay, Leo, what's going on for Leo in February with career? Okay. And finances for February for our Leos, please. I need to fix my lighting again. It keeps going all streaky. I can't, like, it depends. Sometimes during the, like, it depends on what time of day it is. It's annoying. Okay. All right, so when it comes to your career, like I said, that patience, I feel like for a majority of you, it's that sitting back and allowing things to just happen during February for you here. We do have the bear energy, so the bear energy is, stand strong in your power, have your boundaries up firm, know what you will and won't do, know what you're capable of within your job. It can be a little bit of that mama bear energy, protecting the things, within your career that you want to protect, that sort of stuff. Nothing too severe here. We do have the tower coming through with the sun as well. All right, so the sun is actually the Leo card, and interestingly enough, I do also associate the bear with Leo. So we're seeing you sort of in your element during February. With that tower there, I'm just feeling that, especially with that bear energy, I'm just feeling that there is this need for you during February to work alone, to work in solitude a little bit, to, protect your work and protect yourself a little, have some sort of firm boundaries set when it comes to your career during February. There is this need for solitude here with this tower energy in February. I do feel as though it's just that, I'm just getting like you having to do a project alone, and really protecting your assets here, protecting your time kind of energy coming through there. That, like I said, that tower though, it does set nice foundations for things as well. So having boundaries is always a good thing, as long as we're not going overboard with those. Having boundaries is always a good thing, and you are just setting a strong foundation of, not allowing people to, steal your work, steal your ideas, steal your opportunities when it comes to the workplace. But definitely feeling that there may be this need for you to, spend a bit of time to yourself, work-wise during February. The sun there, it is a happy card. So overall for February, we're seeing a lot of happiness. Like I was sort of saying, that vibe of just sit back and chill and just, I'm getting for you, Leo, that, things are going pretty swimmingly for you with your career. The sun does also let us know that there may be some things coming to light. Once again, it's not, I feel like they're happy things. It may just be, spending some time working by yourself, actually, really bring to light maybe what you're good at, what you're needing extra help with, all that sort of stuff. Just some little things being brought to light, some personal revelations for you about yourself with your career. So nothing too dramatic. Once again, with your finances, we do see for February the key energy. So I do feel like this overwhelms any other energy we might see for February with your finances, because the key is in your hand here, Leo. The key unlocks all these brand new opportunities for you financially, and every single one of those doors opens up to successful opportunities. Okay, so definitely got some successful financial opportunities happening for you in February. The only thing that you need to worry about when it comes to those is you yourself. All right, we have the clouds here and then the mouse. So this sort of shows us that your tendency to overthink things here, Leo. The clouds is all about the way that you think about things, and it definitely does talk about overthinking to the point of anxiety and stress with that mouse energy there too. But the way that you allow things to sort of eat away at your thoughts, and you sort of overthinking every little thing. Especially financially here, you may feel that you're overthinking things so much so that it actually clouds your judgment and leaves you feeling, like wary of loss. The mouse can talk about loss here, but I'm not feeling that this mouse energy is actual energy. It's more this fears coming through from your overthinking, that you're fearful that you're going to lose money. You're fearful that, oh, what if someone steals money off me? That kind of energy, because the mouse can talk about things being lost or stolen. And I do feel as though, once again, this is not actually happening. This is more along the lines of you are scared of this happening, Leo. So just be very wary of your overthinking, leading you to think that you're losing money or you're having money stolen from you, because you yourself have actually thought way too much into something, and you're only seeing the negative things. You're not actually seeing the potential positive outcomes. So once again, for those of you who have been investing in investments and stocks and all that sort of stuff, this is you overthinking, oh, this is going to go badly. I'm going to lose it all. I shouldn't have taken that risk. I'm going to lose it all. That's kind of what I'm getting. You're clouding your own judgment here, Leo. So just be very wary of that energy, because, we do see that you have successful opportunities. This mouse is the opposite. You're telling yourself that you're going to lose it all, that all this money is going to get taken off you. You're going to lose money. You may even be worried about someone stealing money. Or what happens if someone breaks in and steals my life savings. That kind of, it feels like unreasonable fears a little bit too. Like you're kind of worried that I put all my money in the bank, but then what happens if the zombie apocalypse, and then the bank, all the money gets stolen out of the bank, and then I've got no money, and then what am I going to do? It feels like it's a little bit unreasonable. So just be wary of that energy, Leo, because once again, the key is in your hand. And if you allow yourself to, think too deeply into things, and allow yourself to cloud your own judgment, you're more likely to manifest that negative stuff than, than taking advantage of those successful opportunities that are definitely there for you. Okay, that's feeling much more real than this mouse energy. This mouse energy just feels like flimsy, worry, fear. All right. Heading into March, we do have courage. Okay. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. All right. So yeah, as we were just sort of talking about that, I felt like that was more your fear than anything there. Finding the inner strength to face these fears, and be confident, courageous, that, you know what, I took that risk and I'm going to stand by it. Really, really having the courage to stand by the risks that you're taking financially, stand by the risks that you're taking with, your career, all that sort of stuff. Have courage to face your fears, and not allow your thoughts to dwell on the negative potentials here. All right, but we'll have a look with career for March. Career during March for Leo, please. Okay, so we see the flowers energy once again, that giving energy. This is, I do feel as though this is you giving, giving time, love, energy to something within your work sphere, here. Giving, and what you are giving to, is this cat energy. Okay, the cat is the pairing card for the dog. So there's a lot of loyalty, compassion, companionship that comes through with that cat energy. But when it's the cat, it's like the stranger. Okay, so it does sort of let us know that it's something that you're not close to yet. All right, the potential for you to be close to the cat energy is always there. There's always that potential for the strong loyalty, the strong companionship, the strong friendship between you and the cat energy. But at the moment, the cat energy, unlike a dog that'll just bound on up to you and, start licking your face, a cat will hold off and, you know, it will wait until it knows you before it'll let you pat it. So that cat energy is something that is currently a stranger to you. And then in March, you're actually starting to give to that energy. All right. So I feel like for a lot of you that this is giving time and energy to something that you don't know how to do. Okay, having the courage to try something new. There's something within your career that you may not be 100% confident in doing that task, or just trying to think of an example here. So if you're a waiter, for example, you probably have no confidence to get out the back on the grill and cook a steak. But this is what you're doing in March. You're getting out the back and you're cooking a steak. That for some reason you need to cover the chef, and the food still needs to be cooked. There's no one else to cook it but you, Leo. And so here's you, giving your time and energy to try something new, and try to get closer to this extra skill that you don't currently have. I do feel as though that is going to, you know, I'm just getting this sense of it leading you somewhere, because we do have the caterpillar coming out with that as well. And now the caterpillar is a part of a trio. So we've got the caterpillar, the chrysalis, and then the moth, where we see the full evolvement. Whereas the caterpillar is the learning stages, where you're sort of eating everything in sight, consume as much knowledge, training as possible to be able to learn this skill. Then once you go into your chrysalis, you sort of marinate a little bit on how to do this and make sure that's the fine tuning sort of stage. And then you emerge from the chrysalis fully formed, knowing how to do the thing. All right. So I do feel like this, whatever this thing is, this cat energy for you, that's something that you don't currently know how to do, or you're not very confident to do that task. It may be a whole new aspect within your career as well. Like, it may not be something that your workplace may not even do that as of yet. And come March, they're like, we want to try doing this as well. We sell stoves, but this month we're just going to sell vacuum cleaners as well. And you're like, I've never sold a vacuum cleaner, I don't know much about vacuum cleaners, but I'll give it a go. Here you are, giving it a go, and learning as much as you can about vacuum cleaners. And it really sets you on this path to evolution, growth within yourself, within your career. So it's kind of like picking up a new skill, I feel, in March. You're giving time and energy to something that you don't know, and you're learning, you're consuming as much information as you can about that, and taking it on board. So you're really giving it your all, which is lovely sort of energy. You're showing your courage there. You're finding that inner strength to face fear with confidence. All right. So I do feel like that is definitely a really great overview for that energy there. But we'll have a look at finances for March. Okay, Leo, what's going on for Leo with finances during March, please? Oh, very interesting. Okay, Leo. We have the stars. Okay, and that has actually come out with the coffin, and then the snake after that. But what I'm sort of seeing here, the stars is all about wishes and the things that you wish for, wish fulfillment, the things that you've been hopeful that, oh, I wish that would happen. I wish that I could have this money for to buy this. This is kind of with the coffin energy there. This is kind of like something that you thought you'd close the lid on, like a wish that you thought, oh, it's kind of coming through as like the impossible wish, the wish that you thought, oh, that's never going to happen. I won't worry about that. I'll move forward and focus on other things. But with the coffin energy here, the coffin really does talk about, things that have ended, but endings bringing brand new beginnings. It's like death and then rebirth. So I kind of feel like this star energy, it's kind of like a wish that you thought had ended within you yourself. You thought, oh, I don't need that anymore. I don't wish for that anymore. And then lo and behold, there's a new beginning that is bringing that wish back into your life, in a very interesting way, because we've got the snake energy there, and the snake, when it talks about finances, I do feel as though it's like there's an element of it. You deceived yourself into thinking that you don't want that wish anymore, that wish is ended. It's not possible for you. I've closed the lid on that. I've closed the lid on that. You kind of deceived yourself a little bit about that, and you still sort of have been, deep in the back of your soul, you've been still wishing that, oh, I wish I had the money for that. It's never going to happen. I'm not going to wish for that. Um, the snake brings a lot of passion and ambition to the forefront as well. So all of a sudden, we've got this brand new beginning where you're like, and I feel like for a lot of you, it's directly connected to this task that you're picking up, um, with your career. And you're like, I never because I'm kind of just getting this vibe that after you start learning this task, and you're like, I never thought that I would have been able to do that, because I'm feeling before you start that task, you're like, oh, can't teach an old dog new tricks, but do you know what? I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to try my best. And then as you sort of get into it, you're like, hang on, I'm actually really good at this. I can sell those vacuum cleaners easier than the ovens. I'm actually really good at this. And you're like, well, if I'm, if the unexpected became the truth with that, maybe that unexpected wish could actually have potential for me. And do you know what? When I stop and think about it, I still have a lot of passion and ambition for that. I think I've lied to myself that I don't want that wish to come true for me financially. And do you know what? I think I do. I feel like you're doing a bit of a 180, that some sort of wish that had ended, or you thought had ended, it's being rebirthed within you, maybe in a slightly different way. Clarify this financial wish for Leo, please. Well, it's just showing me the child energy. The child energy. So it's just talking about, some sort of, it's like the sense of adventure is coming through, the naivety, thinking that, oh, that's never possible for me. It's just wanting to talk about that side of things, the fact that you had let go of that wish, and that you had told yourself, oh, that's that's not going to happen for me. And then here all of a sudden you're like, oh, there's a new beginning. That wish is beginning for you all over again. And you're kind of like, do you know what? I'm gonna choose the adventure, and I'm gonna choose to see the possibility in life, and go for this wish again. So it doesn't want to be very specific, but I do have the fish showing itself as well, the money showing itself as well. So definitely some sort of financial wish coming back around for you, in March, that something that you had forgotten about. I feel for a lot of you, this is something you had forgotten about, and something that ended for you a long, long time ago. It's kind of like, and with the child energy there too, it may even be something from your childhood. So it might be like, when I was a kid, I wished that I could buy, like a Polly Pocket, and you're like, oh, I'm not a kid anymore. I don't need a Polly Pocket. And then you're like, do you know what? Deep down, I I really want that Polly Pocket, and I'm going to treat myself and get myself a Polly Pocket. Like, even if people think that it's silly, do you know what? I've got courage enough to do the thing. I'll face my fear of what people might think of me, and I'll get myself a Polly Pocket. So, if anyone remembers a Polly Pocket, what that toy was, that was, a toy from my childhood. So, I don't think I ever actually had one. I think my sisters had one, but I never actually had one. But it just as an example, like it definitely could be something that you wished for as a child that you thought, oh, that's ended. I was a child when I wished for that. Now I need to be an adult and think logically, and all of a sudden you're like, nah, I'm going to wish for that all over again. All right. So, and I do have this secret passion and desire for that thing. So I'm going to go for it. Stop lying to myself that I don't want it. I don't want that because I'm not a child. Yeah, you do. Just go for it. All right. But that's March. Anyway, but overall, Leo, not seeing any sort of really negative energy coming through, other than that little warning to you about your overthinking there. So face your fears when it comes to thinking too far into things for yourself and creating your own stress over finances. All right, but that's what we have for you. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, but hopefully I'll see you all again soon.